Hello and welcome to E-Bike Adventures Ohio. Two of my favorite things are biking and Bigfoot, and recently I got to do both. Bike Cleveland put on an event called Believe the Bigfoot Ride, which was in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park down the towpath trail at night. And what we did along the way was stopped at all the reported locations of Bigfoot sightings there. These came from the BFRO network. For this ride, Lisa and I decided to use our regular mountain bikes, which made more sense. This is a pretty flat area, and it was only about 15 miles round trip.
We're going to cruise south on the towpath tonight, and along the way kind of read some stories, some like actual Bigfoot accounts that are submitted to a group called Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, which is like an actual scientific group that like logs all these reports. They do like phone follow-ups to people that have submitted their reports and keep a massive database of all of these things that are happening all across the country. And there happen just to be a whole bunch that happen right down through our backyard through here. So as we go down through here, what I'll do is I'll kind of cover this first report and kind of get things going. But then I'm going to start asking for volunteers as the night goes on too, and give you guys all a chance to kind of read. Because it's going to start getting mighty, mighty dark, and I'm sure it's going to get a lot creepier to start reading this as things get darker. So are you guys ready to get this going?
Yeah.
All right. So March 1995, east up this hill, up off of up. Do you guys know where the bike and hike is at? Where it crosses up there, right? Quote: I saw it running across Route 82 in Sagamore Hills, Ohio. It was running along the bike path, which is located near a small plaza with a marks located in it. It was dark, but I know it couldn't be human, and it wasn't a bear, for it was more upright. It ran too fast and was too tall for it to be a man. It was hairy, but we were driving 45, so I can't get detailed. I think you should look into observing the, at the time, Cuyahoga Valley National Recreation Area, especially behind Boston Mills Ski Resort. Start at Blue Hen Falls. Now, the BFRO follow-up says the sighting took place in late winter, possibly in the month of March. It was raining at the time of the sighting. The sighting lasted approximately 30 seconds. The animal was running across the road, and the witness was within 10 feet at the closest when they were traveling by car. They stopped after the animal passed in front of their car and backed up to watch it continue running up the bike path. It never stopped, and they watched it until they could not see it anymore. The witness describes the animal as over 7 feet tall, muscular, thick, and broad. She saw the animal in profile as it ran across the road, so she was unable to describe any facial features, although she did state that it had a conical-shaped head with little or no neck. It was dark brown in color. She was unable to describe the running style except to say, quote, that it was unlike anything I have ever seen. So that's right up the hill here is our first one. So, all right. You guys, we'll just kind of keep tight as a group, and we'll keep, if anyone, let's keep the speed just real mellow. If we're going too slow and everyone's like freaking out, let me know. And if we're going too fast, let me know.
We started our ride on the Station Road Bridge just as the sun was setting, and it was a beautiful evening.
Yeah.
You have to get used to it yet.
I know.
But that wasn't because I was sad. It was just because I knew
The sun started to set and it started getting dark and creepier as our bike ride rode on.
I spoke with the witness, Jennifer Adams, at length by phone. She didn't write much in her report, but she did provide all other information by phone. She's a credible witness. She had a clear road crossing near an area with history of sightings and encounters, Cuyahoga Valley National Park. This incident occurred 4:45 a.m. as she was driving westbound on Route 303, headed to work in Brunswick. She takes the same route from Cuyahoga Falls each weekday morning, north on Route 8, then west on 303. Although this area is only 18 miles south of Cleveland, it is a different world. It feels very rural and remote, surrounded by thick forest. For many years, deer hunting was completely banned from the surrounding area. In time, the deer population increased so much that there were frequent collisions with vehicles. Bow hunting was permitted to help deal with the problem. It had some effect, but the area was still heavily populated with deer. A large number of deer that would attract a Sasquatch to the area. The Sasquatch crossed the two-lane road roughly 3 car lengths in front of her vehicle. It was walking briskly, not running, and was lit up by her headlights. Speaking of. You see any Sasquatch, sir?
I'll look out.
The Sasquatch crossed 2 lanes roughly 3 car lengths in front of her vehicle. It was walking briskly, not running, and was lit up by her headlights. Its fur color was dark brown or black. Although it was walking on 2 legs with arms swinging like a human, she knew immediately that it was not a human because it was way too large to be a person, too tall and too wide. It also crossed the road just a few steps, then disappeared into the woods.
Ooh, it's getting dark. Yeah, I recorded that.
I saw Bigfoot from the chest up. It was in a wooded ravine below my house. This is on June 4th, 2011. It arrived there with a great deal of crashing and breaking down of trees. I was looking to see what was coming when it stood up and looked at me. It had grayish brown long hair, particularly over the face, wide set eyes, ears on the side of the head, and a huge chest and shoulders. It looked at me for maybe 1 minute, then went back down into the ravine. Later that day, it was making lots of sounds, like low grunts, and my friend heard this as well. After that, it stayed in the Cuyahoga Valley area all summer, and I would often hear it calling, smashing rocks together, knocking on trees, and one day it sneezed a lot. Another day in September, my cousin was using my large tractor to mow under the trees behind my house. And as I walked to my car from behind my house, I heard a terrific crash to my right. And there it was again. It had knocked over a tree, and then I saw it run back into the ravine. I did not see any tracks because since I knew it was down in the ravine most of the time, I left it alone. It only recently seems to have left the area. I heard something like it about 2 years ago, but never saw it that time. The end.
Thank you.
Thanks, babe.
That would be amazing.
No.
We played the original Ohio Howl, which was recorded in Columbiana County in 1994. And there have been other recordings right here in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Lisa and I had a really great time on this ride, hosted by Bike Cleveland, and we hope they do it again next year. If you enjoy the topic of Bigfoot, Dogman, and other paranormal and weird cryptid creatures, you should check out my other channel. It's called Exposing the Strange, and here we have a bunch of short videos discussing these subjects. I'm working on a full-length documentary that should be released early next year.